us. This is Pro Tool Reviews Live. I'm Clint DeBoer. This is Kenny Kaler, Tim Johnson. We are the fastest growing tool show, and we are more popular than breakup songs at a Taylor Swift concert.
You know, sooner or later, somebody's going to write an album called Maybe It's You.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Use that hashtag PTR Live if you want to get in touch with us, you want to leave a comment or ask a question or try to find out what we do in these commercial breaks. It cracks us up so much. Share this show online. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You might find us on Instagram as well. And, well, what do we got this week?
Hitachi has a new 18-volt brushless impact driver. This is the WH18DB-FL2. There's a quiz at the end, so make sure you write that down. This one's pretty basic as far as feature set goes. You got a belt hook, you got an LED work light. The battery level indicator is just 2 bars that are on the tool, so that's not quite up to par with where everybody else is. And there's a couple things about it. It uses an optical trigger. And this one, it seems a little wobbly, that and the rocker switch. So compared to what we normally see, it's a little strange there. But from there, it gets much better. So this is an impact driver that's got a brushless motor built into it, 1,522 inch-pounds of torque. Now, you can get much higher numbers than that if you want to chase them, but this is going to be fine for screw driving applications. And for most of the purposes, if you're going to need more torque than that, you're starting to look toward your impact wrenches anyway. And this is just, it's a good place to be. 3,100 RPM, 3,400 impacts per minute. Again, you can chase those larger numbers if you want to, but as far as performance goes, this thing is doing just fine for its major impact driver applications. Well, the big thing here, we're going to talk about value. The kit with one battery, one 3-amp-hour slim pack, is $163, or you can also get the 2-tool kit with a brushless drill. That's going to be $239. Now, the 2-tool kit also just comes with one battery, but Hitachi's got their affordable battery program, and you can get the extra 3-amp-hour battery for $40. So you don't really get batteries much cheaper than Hitachi's offering for it right now. So this one's not really going to wow you with a ton of features. It's not going to disappoint you in the performance side either. But if you want an impact driver that is going to run less expensive than something like the triple hammer impact, which is a fantastic one, but also the kit's like $400, this is a good way to go, and you're going to get Hitachi's lifetime lithium-ion tool warranty with it.
This tool's like a gateway drug, get you into the Hitachi platform. It's a solid product that you're going to want to check out. It's just going to be something that's going to perform well, but it just doesn't have all the bells and whistles. That's all. So, and you don't have to pay for it. DAP has DynaFlex Ultra. You see it in front of us. It's actually available in 6 colors, but the big deal about this is it's an acrylic latex sealant, and it is for windows and doors. It's great for sealing up the ends of hardy where they hit window trim. It's good for sealing doorways around where you might have vinyl then going into your trim work and all of that. And the idea behind this is it's a premium product. So it is, it's designed to be basically completely UV resistant in the sense that it won't turn yellow when you put it on. It's got excessive flexibility is what I would call it, like normal DAP Flex 230 is going to be like your class 25. This is class 35. So that has to do with the amount that it will stretch within itself, like a 35% stretch instead of a 25% stretch. It is going to basically be able to be painted in just an hour after application. That's amazing. Which is crazy. Yeah. The clear requires 2 hours, but all the colors, about an hour, you can start painting it. Full cure is, 7 to 10 days. And it's a little more of a premium. So $6-something a tube versus what you'll pay for the typical DynaFlex. But the idea behind this, from what I'm seeing and how it performed, is it's a premium product. You might be putting this on in kind of colder weather, or you might be at an extreme edge of a season where it's going to go swinging from super hot to super cold. You're going to get a lot of expansion, a lot of contraction, and you don't want to call back. You don't want to mess with it. You want to put something in there that's going to be able to handle that expansion. It's going to be worth, it's going to be worth paying a little extra to know that you got a product that has a little bit more flexibility. That's what this is for. So it's a pretty cool product, and it's something that you probably need to go ahead and try out. It flows really easily. We went back and tested it after a week, and I mean, it's still very flexible. It leaves indentations when you press on it. So it's just a great kind of premium product for when you need just that extra bit. So
what kind of temperatures can you throw this on as far as when you apply it?
You can apply it anywhere from 40 degrees to 100 degrees. And then obviously it's designed to handle anywhere from freezing to extreme temperatures. Right. So application-wise, you want it to flow. It's not like you know, the Dynagrip where you, you know, you take it out of the freezer practically and apply it and have it flow. But it is durable once it is on there.
How did it flow coming out? Like a typical caulk would? I mean, as far as the
smoother than that, and still controllable. So you know, you hit the back, but you know, you kind of back off it when you're done. It doesn't come pouring out the front, but it is very easy to apply. Quite a bit of this. You can put a 3/8" bead all day long, and you're not going to wear out your hand. And not everybody can afford an M18 or an M12 caulk gun or whatever. You know, so you like guys you're putting this on with a regular caulk gun, so it matters.
So we recently installed a compressor here at the Pro Tool Review Shop.
I am so incredibly grateful for that thing too.
Yeah, I think we all are. So no more portable compressor here at Pro Tool Reviews. We've got stations set up. We've got like 5 drops. We've got a hose reel drop and 4 other independent drops. We can run air tools all day long.
All day long.
Yeah, exactly. So we went with a North Star 80-gallon vertical air compressor from Northern Tool. And, you know, 80-gallon tank is not anything out of the ordinary. Vertical tank's not out of the ordinary, but we chose that because the vertical design gives us a smaller footprint. It takes up less shop space, but 175 max PSI, so it's going to put out plenty of pressure that we need. Also sustain more than 24 CFM at 90 PSI. So that's going to run 2 sanders at once, and sanders are known for just consuming, you know, hogging air compressors. You know, your smaller air compressors a lot of times can't even keep up with a 6-inch random orbital sander. And so this thing's going to do more than 2 of those at once continuously, which we're probably never going to do that. Maybe in a shootout we might do that. But anyway, so this has got more air than we need, should be able to sustain it for a long time. Also, durability on this thing is crazy. You know, you got cast iron flywheel, you got you know, crankshaft that's maintainable or being able to replace. You can replace crankshaft, even like connecting rods. Connecting rods are 2-piece connecting rods, much like you'd be in a car. So you can actually, you know, change bearings, change rods, change pistons, rings, things like that. So as this wears, you can just kind of stay up with maintenance on it. Even a big sight glass on it, huge sight glass on it, so you can easily see is that oil turning milky. You know, so your typical time intervals for changing it is one thing, but also being able to see, hey, we're here in Central Florida, we get tons of moisture in the air. If we're getting too much moisture in that oil, we can change it. So that big sight glass helps. But really nice compressor, really excited to use it. I mean, we've been using it a little bit, but we haven't really taxed on it yet. But it's worked really well. Even got a remote tank drain on it, so you don't have to crawl way up under it or reach way up under it to release that. It's right up there on the front. So really nice compressor. It's about $2,000 from Northern Tool. So it's not a cheap piece of equipment, but again, piece of shop equipment that you should buy once, you know, every 15, 20 years if you take care of it. So this is definitely one of those that should last that long. So we're excited about it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to putting it through some paces, so that'll be nice.
Cool. Well, RIDGID has brought their 18-volt Octane line to the market. We saw this first at World of Concrete, and now some of the first pieces are starting to make their way into Home Depot stores. So let's start with the batteries here for just a moment. So 3, 6, and 9 amp hour batteries. All of these are Bluetooth enabled. And there's some push notifications that come from that. There's 15 total push notifications, but you got things like, you know, when it's fully charged, when the battery's low, or when maintenance on the battery is needed. And there's some other things that you'll be able to take a look at through the app. Things like locating where the battery is, locking it out, or even setting boundaries on it so it locks itself out if it goes outside of the range of your phone. It's pretty cool. So 3 amp hour battery is going to run $89, 6 amp hour, which is currently on Home Depot's website, $129. 9 amp hour battery should be $169, and the 3 and the 9 should be hitting stores in July. So when you take an Octane battery and you pair it with an Octane tool, you get better performance. So it's similar to some of the other things that we've seen in the battery technology coming up, just better performance, better electronics, better cells, and RIDGID's taking advantage of that. So start with the Octane reciprocating saw. This one's got a brushless motor, along with an adjustable shoe and orbital action. So most of the main features that you want on a professional level, recip saw there. 3,100 strokes per minute, 1 1/8 inch stroke. That's dead on where we expect it to be, even a little higher on the stroke rate. But here's the cool thing. RIDGID's saying that this is going to be 80% faster cutting, and it's got 65% more power than some of their previous models. So huge jump in performance. And again, it's all because you're pairing that Octane tool with the Octane battery.
And their last recip saw was no slouch.
Right.
So
it
that's
was the
saying
fastest
something.
cutting in our cordless wood cutting test
Interesting.
in our shootout. So they're saying even more performance. So interesting. But $149 for the bare tool on this one. And it should be available now on Home Depot's website. And it might, I don't know if it's in the stores yet or not, but it's on the site. And the other piece that's coming to the market is the Octane hammer drill. This one also has a 2-speed brushless motor. It has the chuck light. I really like the chuck light on these things. It's the 3 LEDs that surround the chuck instead of coming from the bottom, so it really illuminates the area that you're trying to work with, gets rid of all the shadows. And of course, you know, if you've been using RIDGID drills or hammer drills, it's got that micro clutch. It's got more than 100 individual settings on it. Pretty nice to have. 2,000 RPM for the speed, 31,000 BPM for the hammer drilling impact rate. But here's the thing. When it comes to power, 1,300 inch-pounds of torque. Now, if you think about that for a second, the current market leader is Milwaukee. They've got 1,200 inch-pounds of torque. So this is the new market leader.
Wow.
Coming from RIDGID, which of course, you know, we know it for their great value that comes in their tools, but moving up to the front of the line there. So we'll be interested to see how well that does in some testing. And $139 for the bare tool. This one is due this month.
We are giving away a metric buttload of tools this month. We're going to start with Pro Tool reviews.
What does that convert to in standard?
3 different tools.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So we're starting with the DeWalt
buttload.
DCS 575. This is the FlexVault circ saw. This is the Sidewinder, 60 volt. This is the full kit. You're going to get the 3 amp hour 60 volt battery, the charger, and the saw. This will be on Pro Tool reviews. Look for it on the sidebar. It'll be in a pop-up. You will find it haunting you at night while you sleep, saying, "Enter me, enter me."
That
enter me.
really sounds like a nightmare.
That's creepy.
It's great stuff, though.
But that's a great saw.
Moving on the shop tool review side, we're giving away a DeWalt FlexVolt braking grinder kit. So you got the electronic brake built into the grinder, the FlexVolt, great grinder. I mean, for a cordless grinder,
right.
This thing is a beast. So make sure you check that out. We're giving away the kit. So, you know, another FlexVolt product.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Hey,
amazing.
What about OPE?
OPE, would you believe? A DeWalt FlexVolt chainsaw.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like that chainsaw.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's really nice chainsaw. So chainsaw kit, you got the DeWalt FlexVolt. Again, just a great kit. No fuel, no oil to worry about with a chainsaw. You know, you can put it away in your van, your truck, your garage. And
You still got to put oil in it.
yeah, you might want to put chain oil in there. Sorry about that.
Gas in
but
it.
you're not putting any fuel or fuel oil premix in it. But check those out. So DeWalt FlexVolt across the board.
Across the
board.
OPE reviews, shop tool reviews, and Pro Tool reviews. Check them out.
Let's hit the road.
Coming up is a name that we haven't heard about a lot. We've talked about it a little bit. Well, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago with Lowe's, but Craftsman is having a show we're going to. And do you know that they are going to show us 1,200 new products?
1,200 new things to show us.
1,200 new things.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'm going to make a prediction. I know this is a couple months away yet, but
All right.
I'm going with wireless charging. So we saw a hint of this at CES at the beginning of this year.
Okay.
So I think that the cordless tools that they're bringing out, I think we're going to see wireless.
You got
Bosch did that, right?
They did a while back.
And we haven't seen it since.
Talking about Craftsman.
So we're talking about Craftsman. Yeah, so Clint, what do you think?
1,200 things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote down some notes. 400 new sockets, wrenches, bits, and accessories.
Okay.
50 storage products. 50 hand tools. And 50 power tools.
I don't think that adds up to 1,200, but
1,200.
It's 600, but they're all going to be available in 2 colors.
Wow.
That's my prediction.
red and black, red and black. Yeah, I think we're going to see a Craftsman battery-powered mower.
That would make
There's
sense.
one available now.
A new one.
A new
And a battery-powered chainsaw.
This one goes to 11.
All right.
No, I think we'll see some updated. We really haven't heard much of Craftsman OPE since the buyout. You've heard a little bit about hand tools. And now we've heard a little bit about storage as far as, some new toolboxes, tool chests, things like that. But we really haven't heard a lot on the OPE side, and I think we're going to see some of that, at this.
It's going to be interesting because this is really the event where Stanley Black & Decker is going to show off what they have in store for Craftsman.
Yeah,
and I think everybody's waiting to hear what that's going to be.
Yeah, where are they going to position this? Right. With the brands that they already have, because we really haven't had a straight answer on that, and we really haven't figured it out either.
I've got some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think we all do. But anyway, yes, so it's going to be exciting. That's going to be in August, so we'll be bringing you all the great news in that from the show and after the show. So make sure you stay tuned and keep track of us on social media.
So this happened.
Yeah, this happened, Tim.
How did this happen, Tim?
How did this happen?
What happened, first of all?
Well, Kenny, I was not trying out a new string trimmer. So.
The picture I saw makes it look like you were.
That's the truth.
I really didn't know how he did. I saw this picture. I was like, I don't even know that was possible.
Yeah. Anyway, tell us what you did.
I broke an SD card completely in half.
Now we've had them start to come apart at the edges, or maybe had some of the connections come off. I mean, we put these in computers and cameras all the time. So how do you break one in half?
Well, have you ever put one in the computer, it kind of sticks out?
Yeah, all the time.
And then you ever drop the computer on its side?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, I didn't drop it either, but it did kind of fall over in my car against the seat with it sticking out, and they just don't fare so well.
It just clipped it.
Yeah.
So we need a heavy-duty SD card for you?
Correct. Titanium.
Do they make them out of titanium, aluminum, stainless, galvanized steel, anything like that?
I don't know, but maybe there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
So CNC machine, maybe somebody make me an SD card cover case.
Put your name on it. We'll make you famous.
Yes. By the way, no way to recover that. And several items that were pictured and videoed on there that had to be redone. So exciting times.
Bet you learned your lesson though, didn't you?
I sure did. I sure did. And so leading up into the OP update, we won't forget it this time.
Were you able to get those notes off of the SD card?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Be prepared for the mediocre.
So, OP update, Stihl grows 10 times in 15 months.
I have watered Stihl a lot and have only seen it, well, it doesn't grow.
Yeah,
You can't plant.
You heat it up with plasma. Sometimes you'll see it expand a little bit.
Stihl.
Yes, Stihl. Stihl.
There's no H in the.
Because if you're in Germany.
Exactly right. So basically the battery operated side of Stihl. So we've seen the chainsaws, the mowers, the trimmers, the hedge trimmers. In the last 15 months, the U.S. market their market share has grown 10 times in the last 15 months.
That's massive.
I mean, I don't know of anybody that would own a business that wouldn't just be salivating at something like that. So obviously they're doing something right. At the same time, they must be kind of putting their eggs in that basket too. So, they're pumping the battery side pretty heavy, and that's a lot of homeowner stuff too. So where I see this is really impressive is in the wake of, we talked about Amazon, and what Amazon's doing. It's growing, lawn and garden to $2 billion.
And Stihl does not sell on Amazon.
And Stihl does not sell anywhere online. This is purely a brick and mortar, type of dealer only. That's the only place you'll buy this. So the fact that they're growing at that rate and still doing it through brick and mortar, they're doing something right.
Yeah, they're definitely.
How many dealers are out there for Stihl?
9,000.
Okay.
9,000. And the amazing thing there was the 9,000 are taken care of by just 11 distributors. 6 of those are owned by Stihl. 5 of those are independent. And a lot of this information kind of came about because they invited all their distributors out to Germany and to discuss and kind of game plan on the U.S. market and where it's headed. And this is a good indicator that battery's important to them. They said that the U.S. market is their most important market. It's 30% of Stihl's overall revenue, but they said the U.S. market is their #1 market that they look at.
If they would like to bring us out to Germany, I'd be happy to help them understand the U.S. market, especially if you want to bring us out during Oktoberfest-ish.
That's a good time of year to talk market.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Could do that.
So you heard it, Stihl. Kenny would like to come out to Germany. So next, we got the DeWalt 40 volt, not the chainsaw. We got the DeWalt.
You're obsessed with chainsaws in this update.
It's all about chainsaws.
We got the DeWalt 40 volt push mower in. And so, this is a non-self-propelled push mower. So, there's nothing driving the wheels. It's a push only. But, I got to say that it mows really nice. It's very easy to maneuver. So as far as that side, it's a really nice mower.
You know what they used to call push mowers before the self-propelleds were invented?
Push mowers.
Push mowers.
Now that you can't buy anywhere.
No.
But so this is a 40 volt, 6 amp hour. When it comes with the kit, you're getting a 6 amp hour 40 volt battery. And this is a different mower, than the 2x20 volt mower that you can get as well. So they've got the 2x20 volt 20-inch mower, and they've got the 40 volt push mower. Mm-hmm. Both of them run on 40 volts.
Right.
But other than that, everything's pretty much the same, other than that one takes a single 40 volt battery, one takes the dual 20 volt batteries, and this is the 40 volt. We got about 20 minutes of runtime out of it. So if there's a drawback, it's definitely on the runtime. That's definitely a concern of you're not going to get a lot of cutting time on a single battery. We got right at 20 minutes. Anywhere between 19 minutes and 15 seconds and 20 minutes and 30 seconds, or 20 minutes and 20 seconds of runtime in our full charges. So we'll just call it 20 minutes. And in that time, we averaged about 5,400 square feet. And that equals about an 1/8 acre. Mm-hmm. So an 1/8 acre doesn't sound a lot, but when you look at the average home size or average lawn size is an 1/8 acre. Because once you take a 1/4 acre and you put a house on it and a driveway and landscaping, you've got about an 1/8 acre to cut. So, if you can get that yard done in that amount of time, I think it's a great mower. It really is. It cuts really well. It'll bag, it'll mulch, it'll discharge out the back. So it cuts well. It's easy to store. You can fold it up and it sits on the back wheels, takes up a real small footprint. So you're not worried about the gas or the oil, and no oil at all in this one, Kenny. So it really is a good mower. Runtime is the drawback on it. That's going to be the problem on this.
How much is this one going to run?
This is $399 for the kit, so it's not crazy expensive, and that comes with the 6 amp hour battery. I'd love to see it with a 7.5 amp hour because they have that, and we'll do some runtime testings with that, see how it does. But one thing you mentioned earlier, this only got 3 LED indicators on the battery. Are these LEDs crazy expensive or something?
I think I have to charge you another $10 for that last LED.
I mean, Hitachi's got 2 LEDs. Mm-hmm. DeWalt's got 3. And, like with the DeWalt, when you push it and it has, 1 bar on it, is it 33% or is it 5%? Or if it's got 2 bars, is it 66% or 33%?
Well, and they tell you what the bar means. What you just don't know is, did it just hit 2?
Right.
Or has it been on 2 and it's about to drop to 1? And that's where that extra bar helps a little bit.
And we've used Husqvarna tools before that actually show the percentage on the
like on the backpacks and things.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Where we are with technology,
you should be able to have 5 bars. Yeah.
Exactly. If not a readout, but something, because the 2 or 3 just
it's a little tough.
I'm holding out for 20 bars.
Yeah.
Hey, things that don't suck.
That's a good place to go next.
That's a good place to go next. So my son Calvin, who's 11 years old, is spending the week at flight camp. And he's learning not only how to fly, but he's got to learn all the parts of the airplane itself, but also the cockpit. And as he was telling me about all this, I discovered that there's something called a suction gauge. So I decided to go and find one. So I did.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Suction gauge.
Suction gauge. You want to know where I found it?
Where'd you find it?
Well, the Church of Scientology was having a garage sale up the street, so just pick one up.
All sorts of fun electronics.
Yeah. Anyway, so I brought a couple of tools with me so we can check this thing out. So fresh off of our shootout, I've got the Harbor Freight oscillating multi-tool here.
Okay.
And I've got Makita's corded oscillating multi-tool. So just turn this thing on. Oh, hang on. I think it needs a battery.
I thought you were prepared.
Just hold on.
It's a self-actuating suction tool.
Wow.
Okay, hang on. Wait, that's a lighter. There we go. There's a battery.
Maybe we need a
This is just
sponsor update or something.
this is just great television right here.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
Next week we'll show you how to put in AA batteries.
Hey, leave me alone.
This is great.
Those good folks up the street would not steer me wrong on this.
No, this is
No,
apparently
no,
this
you
is
can
the real
trust them.
deal. This is the real
This
deal.
is the real deal. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, now we're on. All right, so check it. All right, measure the Harbor Freight here. Yeah. See, this thing is showing like 72, 73% suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and check it out. So Makita, 5% suck.
Are you sure that's the way that works?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely positive. I mean, it's a suction gauge. I mean, it's going to make our reviews a lot easier. See, watch. 10% suck. 85% suck. That's it.
I think it's time for a tool tip.
Oh, I think we need a tool tip. So, today's tool tip, this week's
See
tool
how much
tip.
this sucks.
Oh, it's going to go high. No, so gas. Today's gas, we hear about E15, we hear about E85 and E10.
Those
and
beans I had last night.
Yeah,
Did you see
exactly
the
right.
burger Gandalf had at lunch?
Yeah.
How long does fuel last in your tank? How long does fuel last? And
We're talking about a car, right?
Yeah, exactly right. And, well, in anything.
Okay, anything.
How long does fuel last in your generator, in your car, in your boat, in your outdoor power equipment?
Okay.
And so it's really, they say it starts breaking down within 90 days. 90 to 100 days, the fuel starts going bad now. So adding stabilizer to those vehicles that you don't drive a lot. Clint, you were talking about, you've got a vehicle that's kind of waiting on your son to turn 16.
Yeah, it's just sitting around. We started up maybe 4 times in the last year.
Right, and so I'm sure when you parked it, it just wasn't in your mind that it would sit for that long, but it has.
Yeah.
Sitting with old fuel in it. Many boats get taken out, whether it's a season or whether it's just, hey, things get busy and just not able to go out again, and they sit. Motorcycles, outdoor power equipment, things like that. That fuel goes bad fast. So if it is something that's going to be sitting, or if you just want to kind of take the proper precautions, add some sort of fuel stabilizer to it, or preferably fuel stabilizer that's made for ethanol fuel.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I mean,
cool.
that's a good thought. And it was just outside out of mind.
Yeah, exactly. And you may look at it and go, man, that's $3 or whatever it is, but compared to paying somebody for $100 to rebuild your carburetor.
Because I suck water through everything, or yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and ethanol is terrible, especially in Florida conditions. Ethanol is terrible about absorbing water. So we got condensation in Florida, as well as you got ethanol in the fuel that's now going to absorb that water. And next thing you know, you've got a lot of water in your tank, and water does not work well with combustion engines. So.
Man, well, thanks for joining us this week. Use that hashtag PTR Live to ask us questions or just leave a comment. That'll make sure we can find you or get in touch with you. And check us out on ProToolReviews.com, OPEReviews.com, and ShopToolReviews.com for the latest tool reviews for the construction industry, the outdoor power equipment industry, and anything having to do with automotive or woodworking or metalworking. I'm Clint DeBoer. Thanks for watching.
Stay classy.
88, 90, 95. It's holding steady right about there.